Check 1, 2, check 1, 2, 3, check 1, 2, 3, 4. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2.
Check 1, 2, check 1, 2. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Gorlocks Sports Network. My name is Kellen Furmanak, and thank you so much for tuning in. Apologies for the delay, but we are here in the bottom of the first after a 1-2-3 inning from Eli Rampala Matthews. Taking the bump for the Hanover Panthers this afternoon will be Dylan Lloyd. Lloyd, a 2-3 record on the season, and over 33 and a thirds innings pitched, 37 strikeouts with a 7.56 ERA. The Gorlocks coming off breaking their 14-game winning streak after losing yesterday to Wash U. However, still hold that outright lead in the SLIAC after getting a sweep against the Spalding Golden Eagles just 2 weeks ago. Leading things off for the Gorlocks will be Carl Peters. Peters at a 2-1 count against Lloyd. The pitch on its way. That one lifted into center. Getting under it is Perkins. And he's got it. One away. Seeing a bit of change in the lineup. Peters batting leadoff as well. Nick Schumacher playing DH out of the 5-hole this afternoon. Theodore shoots his first one foul. James on the SLIAC leaderboard for stolen bases. Currently tallies 24 on the season. That figure over doubling his strikeout total with only 11. And it's no wonder he's batting .341 on the year. Quickly down the count 0-2. Lloyd's pitch is outside. Looking to battle back. The 1-2 to James. It's laced to left for a base hit. The Gorlocks get their first hit of the game thanks to James Theodore. Coming up now, Evan Evola. Evola has been the shining star for the Gorlocks all throughout this season. Leads the team in the triple slash stats. The .359 average. His on base plus slugging good for over 1,000. As well leads the team in total bases, RBIs, and homers. The 1-0 to the senior. It's upstairs. Threat to be reckoned with. James Theodore on the base paths. Facing off against the righty Lloyd. Lloyd, in order to pick him off, is going to have to turn around. Taken off. Throw down. It's not in time. Theodore picks up his 25th stolen bag of the year. If there's one man on the Gorlocks to have the green light, it'd be Evan Evola. Man on second, here's the pitch. It'll be in there for a strike. Lloyd looking for a battle. And he can't find it on that pitch, and it'll be ball 4. Evola will take his base.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 4, R.J. LaRocco.
With one gone and 2 men aboard, stepping up now is R.J. LaRocco. Another dangerous Gorlocks hitter. R.J. leads the team in extra base hits with 16. As well, second on the team in OPS. Right behind Evan. In there for a strike. Earlier this season against the Owls in the same game, both Evan and RJ tallied 200 career hits as a Gorlock. Some impressive numbers throughout their Webster careers. Looking to top it off with a playoff run. This team looking really good so far this season. Douglas coming out to check on his pitcher. Just recently, the Gorlocks ranked 16th in the ABCA coaches poll. That doubleheader sweep of Spalding rocketing the Gorlocks up the rankings. Before the game against Wash U, Webster was on top of their region. So back to it. Theodore on second. Evola at first. Only one out. The 2-1 to LaRocco. Inside for ball 3. LaRocco now at a hitter's count. Leads the team in walks. See what he decides to do here. The pitch on its way. And fouled right back. RJ brings it to full. Theodore on second. Evola at first. Here's the payoff. Just upstairs for ball 4. And that'll load the bases.
Designated hitter, number 9, Nick Schumacher.
Coming up to the plate, Nick Schumacher. Faced injury earlier this season. He's been out for quite a few games. We're slowly making his way back into the lineup. In the games he has played, he's done some damage for Webster. His 1.022 OPS would lead the team if he were a qualified hitter. in a pinch hit against Wash U. And got a hit in that at bat. Now the DH spot replacing McBride, who we may see come in for relief later in this game. The 2-1 to Schumacher. Swing and a miss. Foul tip, excuse me. Nick able to get a piece of it. It went right into the glove of Douglas, bringing the count now to 2-2. Here's the pitch. Well outside. Schumacher able to bring it to full. Theodore on third, Evola at second, LaRocco on first. One gone. Here's the payoff. Fouled off. Able to keep this one alive. Schumacher taking no chances. So the count remains. Bases loaded. Here's the payoff. Swing and a miss. Another foul tip into the mid of Douglas, and there's two gone. A big strikeout for Lloyd. It's coming up now, Ryan Hartz. Trying to get the Gorlocks on the board early. Last week, Hartz took home the SLAC Hitter of the Week award. Put up some good numbers in his series, especially against Spalding. Some crucial bases loaded RBIs. Getting deja vu. Once again, the bases loaded for Ryan. The 2-0 in there for a strike. Count stands at 2-1. And that one gets away. Theodore coming in for home, and he'll be there. Webster on the board early with a wild pitch. Brings in James Theodore to start the scoring for Webster. With that wild pitch, it moves LaRocco and Evola into scoring position. Hartz fouls that one off into the stands. Two outs. Evola at third, LaRocco on second. Here's the payoff. That one lifted high in the air to left, going back at the wall. And it's just foul. That one had great distance. The Hearts will head back to the box. Panthers breathing a sigh of relief. Ryan gets a good barrel on it. Wind blowing out to right today. Two gone. The payoff once again. Once again, fouled off, this time to the other side. Hanover does have an open base at first. Standing on deck is Stedman. The 3-2. That one laced and gets through the gap. One run is in. LaRocco right behind him, and he will also score. The Gorlocks able to clear the bases thanks to a 2 RBI single off the bat of Ryan Hartz.
Number 0, Dan Stedman.
So Webster puts up a 3 spot. The inning's still going, passing the baton to Ben Stedman. Stedman has been great all year at getting himself on base. A .423 on base percentage. Just trailing Evola in that stat. The 0-1 slow chopper to the left side. Going to be a tough play. Throw across the diamond is in time. Boyce able to record the third out, but the damage has been done. Ryan Hartz drives in 2 runs as we head to the top of the second. Still 3-0. Rampella Matthews onto his second inning of work. This season, Eli has gone 35 innings strong, 35 strikeouts, and a 4.63 ERA is the first pitch he throws. It's a grounder to the right side. Evola able to make the out at first, and there's one gone.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 25, Josh Simpson.
So far, Hanover not able to get solid contact off of Eli. Stepping up is the DH Simpson. Simpson leads the team in batting average, slugging, and homers. A .321 average, the .450 slugging. 4 homers to go along with those numbers. He takes a huge hack at that next pitch. Down the count 0-2. Here's the pitch from Eli. Slow chop and foul ground. Count remains at 0-2. Here's the pitch. Foul just off the hands. Simpson staying alive. Panthers, despite a 12-20 record, have more homers than their opponents this season. Chop to Stedman. Throw to first is in time. 2 away.
Now batting the first baseman, number 37,
Gutzwiller trying to keep this inning alive for Hanover. First baseman with a 288 average watches that first one for a strike. The 0-1 to Nicky. Low and in. It's a beautiful day for baseball here in East St. Louis. A bit overcast, but weather looking nice. Feels wonderful out as well. Can really start to feel summer rolling in. Down the count 1-2. He's going to have to battle. Here's the pitch from Eli. Nearly hits him. Gutzwiller trying to station himself so it hits one of the softest parts of his body. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Gutzwiller gets fooled. And another 1-2-3 inning for Eli as we head to the bottom of the second, still 3-0 Webster. Taken to the plate for the Gorlocks here in the bottom of the second is Dalton Groves. The backstop for the Gorlocks. His last 4 conference games has been awesome. Against Greenville, went 4 for 7 with 4 RBIs. And the first pitch he sees, he flies out to center. Had some crucial hits in the series against Spalding. 2 RBI single bases loaded. Helped the Gorlocks take back their lead in game 1. And in that same game, laid down a suicide squeeze to score another for some late insurance. And another man who's been great in conference play at the plate now, Jacob Charleston. Charleston playing at second this afternoon. Interesting circle is Charleston is the one who helped really fill in for Schumacher. Schumacher played third, Stedman moving over from second to third. The Gorlocks needed to find their new second baseman, and they got a great one with Charleston. And now both Jacob and Nick in the lineup. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Tag him on the drop third strike as we go back to the top of the lineup with Carl Peters. Flies that first one away. The 0-1. Just upstairs. If Carl can find himself on base, it's another dangerous base threat path. Excuse me. Another base stealing threat for Hanover. 17 stolen bags on the season. Can put himself in scoring position pretty easily. It's a bad matchup for Hanover as well when it comes to stolen bases, as this season Webster 88 stolen bases for and only 38 against. And it's nearly inverted on Hanover's side. 91 stolen bases against, only 45 for. But that won't matter as Lloyd drops one in there for strike 3. As Carl Peters goes down looking, we go to the top of the third, still 3-0 Webster. Back underway in the top of the third. Stepping up to the plate first is Trevor Jones, the second baseman for Hanover. And that one lined over Peters' head for a base hit. Jones rounding for second. Gonna be a close play. Throw is in time. Going down from left. Larocco gets the put out, and there's one away.
Right fielder number 16, Wesley Stiller.
A gutsy run from Jones. Larocco takes away an extra base hit. Let's come up now to the plate is Wesley Stiller. Stiller out and right for today's contest. Grounds one to Peters. Throw to first is in time. And there's two away. Now down to the 9-hole with Boyce.
Now batting the third baseman, number 11, Owen Boyce.
If Boyce goes down, then Hanover in their first 3 innings go down in order despite having a hit. The 1-0 from Eli. Looks like it fouled off the knob of Boyce's bat. Back to it. In there for a strike. Eli looking to go 1 through 9. Here's the 1-2. That one lifted high in the air to left at the warning track. Larocco getting under it, and he makes the catch. In a bit of an unorthodox way, Rampala Matthews sits down the Panthers in order as we go to the bottom of the third. Still 3-0 Webster. Gorlocks looking to repeat their 3 spot in the first inning. So we head to the bottom of the third. Leading things off will be James Theodore. Seen some mixing and matching from Coach BK when it comes to who's leading off. And really, it's just between 2 guys, Carl Peters and James Theodore. So he laces that one towards right, and that'll get down for a base hit as well. Theodore 2 for 2 on the day. And this time, laces it the other way. So Webster has their leadoff man aboard for Evan Evola. As I mentioned, Evan has been the most dangerous hitter for Webster this season. It's been a great showing for the senior as he looks to cap off his collegiate career with a bang. Shoemaker, the new pitcher on the mound for Hanover. There's a second one in there for a strike. Quinn Shoemaker, a transfer from Center College. Sophomore out of Indiana. Checks on Theodore at first. With this pitching change, Lloyd's day is done. Going 2 innings, giving up 3 earned runs. Here's the 0-2 to Evola. In there for strike 3. Evan goes down looking, and there's one away.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 4, R.J. Lorocco.
Coming back up to the plate, R.J. Lorocco was one of the 3 runs scored in the first inning. Upstairs for a ball. Taking off for second. Hanover had Theodore trapped, however, he's going to get third off of this one. Maybe home. No, he holds up there. Almost gets sent by Coach BK. But a successful pickoff attempt turns into 2 extra bases for James. He'll find himself in a good spot to score if Lorocco can send a fly ball deep enough. Second pitch is outside. Lorocco walked his first time up. Pitch taken outside, now 3-0. Let's see if Lorocco has the green light. And he'll take it for a 4-pitch walk.
Now batting, the designated hitter,
Center on the corners for the DH, Nick Schumacher. It's Schumacher versus Shoemaker. Infield playing at double play depth as Schumacher shows bunt. Now infield creeping in, and he places it down in a good spot. Throw home will not be in time. Didn't even attempt the tag on James. And the Gorlocks tack on another run.
Number 27, Ryan Hartz. It's considered a fielder's choice. Yeah. Sorry. I'll be quiet. No, you're good, buddy.
Schumacher on base as well. So even more trouble for the Panthers. Douglas wasn't even able to get a throw off. Try to cut him down at one. Hart's grounds to the left side. It's going to be a tough play. No throw at second. Throw to first is in time. Hart's route moves the runners over.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 0, Ben Stedman.
Stedman watches the first one low. Ben grounded out his first time at the plate. The Gorlocks running on contact. It's a good chance Schumacher could score from second if Stedman's able to send one to the outfield. In a good count already. Here's the 2-0. Low and in the dirt. Base open at first. Dalton Groves stands on deck. Let's see if they want to give him a fight. Here's the 3-0. And there's another 4-pitch walk issued to Stedman. And the bases are juiced for the Gorlocks backstop, Dalton Groves. Grounds the first pitch he sees. And over at third, Boyce will tag the bag, and that will be the end of the inning. The Gorlocks get one thanks to a bunt fielder's choice from Nick Schumacher as we head to the top of the fourth. Now 4-0 Webster. Panthers will go back to the top of the lineup with Perkins. Eli heads into his 4th inning of work. Despite giving up a hit, retire the 1 through 9 in order. The last inning, the right fielder Stiller laced one out to left. Excuse me, Jones, the second baseman Jones laced one out to left. LaRocco recognized he was making the hard turn to second. Gunned him down there. So Hanover has yet to have a true base runner. The 1-2 to Perkins. Slow looper into right, and that'll fall down for a base hit. In between Charleston and Hart. And Hanover has that leadoff man aboard.
The shortstop, number 6, Jake Danneman.
Up now is Danneman. Playing shortstop this afternoon. Grounded out his first time up. The 1-0. Chopped over to Charleston. Turns it to second. Throw to first is not in time. However, the Gorlocks do get their lead runner. And there's one away.
Now batting the catcher, number 41, Reed Douglas.
Panthers backstop Douglas up to the plate now. In the first inning, Paula Matthews forced 3 groundouts. Douglas a part of those. With the man on first, let's see what he can do here. The 1-0, just low. Now at a good count. The pitch from Eli nearly hits him. Danneman does not advance. Really, this is the first time this afternoon Eli struggled with the count. Let's see if Douglas has the green light. The 3-0. Downstairs for ball 4. So 4-pitch walk issued to the 3-hole. Coming up now.
Now batting the left fielder, number 3, Eric Rudebush.
Left fielder Rudebush. Watch that first one for a strike. Rudebush, a senior out of Indiana. The 0-1 is swung on and missed. After starting the last batter down 3-0, Eli makes it 0-2 against the cleanup man. Another victim of a ground out. Rudebush at a 1-2 count. Just upstairs. A good fight from the left fielder. 2 men aboard, 1 gone. Here's the pitch. Grounded to the right side, and that get through for a base hit. Rounding third. No play at third. And it'll be an RBI single for Eric Rudebush, getting the scoring started for Hanover.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 25, Josh Simpson.
So the Panthers will bring up the tying man, Josh Simpson. And if there's any guy they wanted up, it'd be him. Leads the team in batting average, slugging, and homers. 4 homers on the season. With one swing, could tie this game up. The 1-0 to Simpson. Downstairs. We'll have a mound visit from Coach BK. Warming up looks to be Colin McBride. The usual DH for the Gorlocks. Gorlocks have been using 4 starters throughout this season. We've seen on the weekend games Ryan Greifelt and Carter Hunt taking the mound in those matches. During the weekdays, JT Miller and Eli Paula Matthews. In the weekday games, see more action from the Gorlocks bullpen. Simpson now at a 2-strike count. Men on the corners. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Throw down to second is not in time. Somehow able to get around the tag.
Now batting the first baseman,
Allowing Douglas to score from third. Throw beating Rudebush at second. So close to a strike him out, throw him out double play. However, the inning continues as the Panthers add on another run. With 2 gone. Man on second. Here's the 1-0 to the first baseman. Grounded to Charleston. throw to first is in time. So the Gorlocks get out of it. But Hanover trying to chip back at that lead as they put up a 2-spot. So we go to the bottom of the 4th, now 4-2 Webster. Charleston, who made the last out of the inning, steps up to the plate to lead off the bottom of the 4th. First pitch he sees is laced into right center. In a good spot, Charleston going for second, and he will be there.
Now batting, the shortstop,
A
number 7.
leadoff man in scoring position for the Gorlocks as we go back to the top of the lineup with Carl Peters. A new man on the mound for Hanover as well. Ashton Carey, a sophomore, coming out of Madison, Indiana. Peters showing bunt, pulls it back. That one tailed well away from him. The 1-0. Peters showing bunt again, but this one will be snagged in foul ground. Peters still looking for his first hit today, with a strikeout and a flyout. So back to work. Man on second, no one out. Here's the 1-1 to Peters. Not able to put down the bunt again. So it looks like he'll be swinging. Next pitch well outside. Count now at 2-2. Here's the pitch. Gets jammed. Will it be in play? No. Into the stands. That one hitting just off the tip of the bat. Could have been some trouble. So Peters stays alive. Count remains at 2-2. Charleston stands on second. Here's the pitch. Hit the other way and out of play once again. That wind still slightly blowing out to right. Not as bad as it has been this month, though. The 2-2 once again. Gets jammed. In foul ground. And the catch is made. Douglas able to get under it, and there's one away.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 11, James Theodore.
Up now is James Theodore. Theodore holds half of the Gorlocks hits this afternoon. A line drive to left and a line drive to right. Put him aboard in both of his at-bats. Looking to repeat that in his third. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. The 1-1 from Carey. Foul tipped. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. James goes down swinging, and there's two away.
First baseman, number 12, Evan Abula.
Theodore just his 12th strikeout on the season, and it looks like they will give Evan the free pass to first.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 4, R.J. LaRocco.
They did have an open base. So with that intentional walk, it will bring up R.J. LaRocco out of the 4-hole. LaRocco hasn't had the chance to put the ball in play yet today. His first two plate appearances, walked in both of them. The 0-1. Outside. With Carey's style of pitching, doesn't really work well against a lefty like Evola. This pitch is sweeping to the other strike zone. Or excuse me, to the other batter's box. Have to fool Evan on the inside, and it's a dangerous proposition for any pitcher. RJ lifts that one high in the air right at the warning track, and it will be caught. So Charleston, after hitting a first pitch double, gets stranded as we go to the top of the fifth, still 4-2 Webster. Up to the plate, Trevor Jones. Jones in his first at-bat got a hit to left. Was gunned down at second. Jones has 8 stolen bases on the season. Gorlocks don't want to give up another leadoff man as that one's laced to left, just foul. Eli makes the count 1-2 now. Here's the pitch. Just inside. Now 2's for Eli. Another one inside. Good fight from the second baseman, Jones. Able to bring it to full. No outs, no one on base. Here's the payoff. And that one's hit up Broadway for a base hit. This time he will hold up at first. And the Panthers have a leadoff man aboard. And we will have a pitching change. Eli Rapala Matthews' day is done after going 4 innings with 2 earned runs. Bring in Cullen McBride. So we will be right back. The new man on the mound, Cullen McBride. Stiller takes a huge hack at that first pitch. I mentioned this earlier, Cullen McBride, the usual DH for Webster. It's 4 homers on this season. He's now out of the lineup today. However, the Gorlocks knew he's likely coming in for relief, and that was why. Down 0-2, the pitch to Stillers. High and outside. Facing the 8-9-1. Man on first, no one out. Here's the 1-2. In there for strike 3. McBride gets a backwards K to start off his relief appearance. We go down to the 9-hole with Boyce. There's another strike. Boyce flew out to left his first time up. Trying to cut down Jones at first. Luckily, Vola able to stop that one from getting to the Panthers bullpen as it was behind him. The 1-1 to Boyce. Jones takes off, but we'll have to retreat back to first. McBride over 29 and a thirds inning this season. It's a 2.15 ERA to the tune of 24 strikeouts. Coming into this game, of course, now at 25. Here's the 1-2. Well outside. Count now at 2-2. Despite being a reliever, McBride very close to reaching that qualified mark of an inning pitch per game. With a long relief appearance today, could inch himself even closer. He's been one of the most effective relievers in the SLIAC. Looking to keep his dominance going. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Another punch out for McBride.
Now batting the center fielder, number 4, Sam Perkins.
Cullen McBride sits down his first two batters. So we go back to Sam Perkins. Perkins, the leadoff man, 1 for 2. Singled his last time up, and he'll get another. Lines that one into right. And Jones makes his way to third after taking off for second. There are men on the corners for the Panthers.
Now batting the shortstop.
2 outs. The man to try to drive at least one in will be Daneman. Daneman representing the go-ahead run. Hanover has shown no lead. It's too big for the Webster Gorlocks. The 1-0 to the shortstop, taken off for second. There'll be no play. That was the 0-1. Now it's at 1-1. Perkins finds himself in scoring position. Run on contact. Hit to the outfield could tie this game up. The 1-1. Laced over to second. Charleston makes the diving catch. And that'll end the inning. So McBride stops the bleeding. No runs scored in the top of the 5th. Gorlocks lead 4-2. Another relief man for the Panthers coming in. Garner will face off against Nick Schumacher to start this inning. Webster looking for some much-needed insurance as they face some threats on the base paths. Schumacher will watch that first one for a strike. Laces the second one to short. Good scoop, throw to first is in time, and there's one away.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 27, Ryan Hart.
Braxton Garner, a senior out of Bowling Green. 3 innings pitched on the season. It's been effective in the time he's played. Giving up no runs as that one will hit Hart's in the knee. He will take his base.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 0, Ben Stedman.
Hart's running it out. Looks to be good. He showed bunt. He's crowding the plate a good bit. Always hurts to get hitting those bony parts of your body. The knee, the ankle, the shin. However, it's a way to get yourself on base. And Hart's has done it. Hitting behind him, Stedman. It's already at a 1-0 count. Faking taken off. Stedman 0 for 1 today with a walk. Still looking for his first hit. The 1-1. Hart's taken off for second. There'll be no throw. The Gorlocks once again have a man in scoring position. The 1-2 to Stedman. Swung and missed. Garner gets a strikeout. I'll bring up Groves. Last chance for the Gorlocks in this inning. Groves will try to bring in Hart's from second. First pitch is low. Swing and a miss. The 1-1 to Dalton. In there for a strike. Quickly down the count, 1-2. Hart stands at second, 2 gone. Here's the pitch to the backstop. Lifted into the parking lot. Grove stays alive. The 1-2 once again. Off the end of the bat. Could be in no man's land. The catch is made, running over from second. Jones towards the final out of this inning as we go to the top of the sixth. Still 4-2 Webster. On to the top of the sixth. Leading things off will be Reed Douglas. McBride heads into his second inning of relief. As Douglas tries to put a bunt down the left field line. The 0-1. Just upstairs. This is McBride's first relief appearance since the Blackburn series, April 8th. He went 3 2/3, giving up 2 earned runs. He's only had 4 appearances this season where he's given up at least 1 earned run. The rest of them big 0 spots. Many of them not just 1 inning, some 3, 4. You can go as far as Coach BK wants him to go. Reed Douglas fouls that one off his foot. Getting checked on. Back to work. Douglas, no outs, no one on base, stands at a full count. Here's the payoff. Fouled. The count remains. pitch. Way to stay alive. Douglas batting out of the 3-hole today, still looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 1 on the day with a walk. The payoff once again. Lifted high in the air left, going back, and it's way gone. Douglas put some oomph into that one, making it a 1-run ball game.
Now batting the left fielder, number 3, Eric Rudebush.
That'll bring up Rudebush. Gorlocks have left a lot of men on base throughout this game. Some insurance runs they desperately need. The 2-1 for McBride. Can't find the zone. Count now at 3-1. Swing and a miss. Rudebush on the hitter's count brings it to full. Here's the payoff. Swing and a miss. Foul tip into the mid of Groves. And there's another punch out for McBride.
The designated hitter, number 25, Josh Simpson.
Stepping up to the plate, Josh Simpson. Simpson 0 for 2 with a punch out. Laces the next pitch into left. He will get his first hit of the day. He will hold up at 1.
Now batting the first baseman, number 37, Nicky Gutzwiller.
The men aboard and 1 out. Gutzwiller try to bring the Panthers closer to tie in this game. Also represents the go-ahead run. So take a big hack at that first pitch. The 0-1 from McBride. Up and away, Groves not able to handle that one as it pops out of his glove behind him. He'll send Simpson over to second. Not what the Gorlocks needed. The 1-1. That one lifted towards center. Theodore getting under it. Makes the catch. Holding up at second is Simpson. And there's 2 away.
Now batting the second baseman, number 2, Trevor Jones.
2 outs. Runner in scoring position. The Gorlocks will have to face Trevor Jones. Not been able to get him out traditionally. I say that as he failed to stretch a single into a double. The wind here at Grizzlies Ballpark has all but died down. Not that there was much to begin with. McBride able to bring it to an 0-2 count. Man on second. 2 gone. Here's the pitch. And it plunks him. Jones on an 0-2 count finds himself on base with a hit by pitch.
Now batting the right fielder, number 16, Wesley Stiller.
Passes the baton to the right fielder, Stiller. Stiller has struck out and grounded out in his at-bats. But a big spot for him here. The 1-0. Outside. Coach BK coming out to the mound. And we will have a call to the bullpen mid-batter. As McBride's day is done. We will be right back. Joel Arsenault taken to the mound for Webster here in the top of the 6th. Don't usually see him coming in for relief this early in a game. It's the Gorlocks closer. This is a high leverage situation for Webster. They're going to want all the help they can get. Arsenault just set the school's all-time record in saves in a single season, putting that mark at 10 as there's a chopper to the right side, but no one will be there to get it. Rounding third, the play at the plate will not be in time, and Hanover has tied this game up at 4 apiece. Boyce able to find a hole in that right side. The inning's still going. Excuse me, Stiller. The RBI single to right. Now Boyce up. Jones at third, representing the go-ahead run for the Panthers. Boyce batting out of the 9-hole. He's able to get on base. Send the Panthers back to the top of the lineup with Perkins. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. No throw to second. Stiller will have a stolen base. The only out that matters is at the plate. Man, on second and third, 2 gone. The 2-2 outside. It's decision time for Webster. That open base at first. Stiller on second, Jones at third, the payoff, fouled off. Boyce keeps it alive. And on second and third, 2 gone. The payoff. In there for strike 3. Arsenault gets it done. However, the damage has been done as Hanover puts up a 2-spot, tying this one at 4-4. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 6th. Another relief pitcher for Hanover. Stepping in, Bradley Zeckel, freshman out of Kentucky. Face off against the 9-hole Jacob Charleston. Charleston is last time up, at least the first pitch he saw into right center for a double. However, was unable to score as the Gorlocks left him stranded. The 1-1. Fouled off. A good count for Zeckel. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Charleston goes down and there's one away.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 7, Carl Peters.
Let me go back to the top of the lineup with Peters. The shortstop still looking for his first hit today. Carl's got some power too. 5 homers this season. So he lifts that one into center. Getting under it is Perkins, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 11, James Theodore.
2 quick outs for Hanover. That'll bring up James Theodore. Trying to keep this inning going for Webster. Theodore 2 for 3 on the day. Struck out in his last appearance. The 1-1 to James. Off the end of the bat, and it will fall for a base hit. Theodore records his 3rd hit of the day. Keeps this one going.
Number 12, Evan Avola.
Bringing up Evola. Remember, they intentionally walked Evola his last time up, but it's not the best situation for Hanover as they had an open base at first and a lefty on the mound. Or excuse me, a righty on the mound. Now with a lefty. A bit better of a matchup against Evan. Taken off. Nearly plunking him. Throw to second is not in time. Theodore puts himself in scoring position. Be running on contact. Here's the 1-1. Low and away. Gets to a 3-ball count. I wonder if they'll even try to pitch to Evan. We will see. Standing on deck is LaRocco. Oh for 1 today with 2 walks. Hitters count to Evola. They challenge him as he sends one well out to right. If he was able to keep that one fair, that wouldn't have gone a mile. However, Seckel brings it to full. Theodore on second, 2 outs. Here's the payoff. Swing and a miss. Hanover gets out of it as we go to the top of the 7th. Still tied up at 4. Leading off for the Panthers, out of the 1-hole, Perkins. Fouls that one off. Arsenal coming in for emergency relief. Comes in for his 2nd inning of work. Able to get the count to 0-2. Overhand, not able to get it in there. Such a tricky pitcher. Most of his pitches coming out of the 9 o'clock arm slot as Sir Perkins sends one into center for a base hit. So the Panthers have their leadoff man aboard, who also represents the go-ahead run. Up now is Daneman. Playing at shortstop now is Quinn Johnston, replacing Peters. Hopefully he's all right. Arsenal trying to fight back in this count at 2-0. Able to get a strike. After a failed bunt. Running in to try to intercept that one is Stedman. Another one getting past the barrel of Daneman. Neither team able to lay down a successful bunt today. As they count now at 2-2. Well outside. Bringing it to full against the shortstop. Man on first, no outs. Here's the payoff. Swing and a miss. Throw to second. Will be well off. Charleston stops it from getting into center, though. There's one away.
Now batting the catcher, number 41, Reed.
And up now, Reed Douglas. Douglas hit a solo shot well over the Budweiser sign out and left in his last at-bat. Arsenault's first pitch not able to find the zone. The 1-0. In there, first strike. Count now at 1-1. Also in there. Arsenal trying to leave even more stranded. Gave up a run that was credited to McBride in the last inning. But so far has left his stat line unscathed. And on second, one out. The 1-2 to Douglas. Does not go around. Arsenal almost fooled the catcher on that pitch. He's able to bring the barrel back. Count now 2-2. Swing and a miss. Another punch out for Arsenal.
Now batting the left fielder, number 3, Eric Rudebush.
Two huge strikeouts for the closer here in the 7th inning. He'll face off against Rudebush. Trying to leave Perkins stranded on second. Here's the 1-0. Grounded towards Charleston. He has it. Throw to first is in time. And after giving up the leadoff man, Arsenal able to take care of the rest as we go to the bottom of the 7th, still all tied up at 4. Sixth pitcher of the day for Hanover coming in, Aiden Cope. It's a very similar disposition on the mound as Arsenal. See it right here. An even lower arm slot, it seems. Looking at about 8 o'clock. He'll face off against LaRocco to lead off this inning. Cope has 0 ERA over 2 1/3 innings. So he's not had much playing time this year, but has been effective when he has played. Seems to be the case for many of these relief pitchers today for Hanover. RJ is now at a hitter's count. Here's the 3-1. In there for a strike. Thought he was going to be able to take his base, but that one curling right back in, bringing it to full. BK will have a talk with his senior captain. RJ leads the team in extra base hits and walks on the season. Second in OPS for qualified hitters. And a big spy here. Trying to be the leadoff man on base. For the go-ahead run. Here's the payoff. In there for strike 3. LaRocco goes down looking.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 9, Nick Schumacher.
Some late break on those pitches from Cope. Up now is Schumacher. First one finds the zone. Gorlocks bullpen completely empty. So looks like they'll try to push Arsenal to go the distance. The 1-1. High and away. Schumacher has 1 homer on the year. Be a big time for another. Count stands at 2 apiece. No one on base, 1 gone. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. I'm sure after LaRocco's at bat, Schumacher not taking any chances on those inside pitches. The 2-2 once again. Outside. A good at bat from Schumacher. Able to bring it to full. Here's the payoff. Outside. Schumacher will take his base. And the Gorlocks have the go-ahead runner at first. First one is low. This season, Panthers have only been able to catch 9 stealing. While giving up 91 stolen bases. I mentioned this earlier, it's a bad matchup on the base paths for Hanover. The team like the Gorlocks, basically opposite of each other. As far as stolen bases goes, they coming into this game, Gorlocks swiped 88 bags, only giving up 38. It's inverted, essentially, for Hanover. At 91 bags against and only 45 for. The 0-1-0. Grounded to the left side, and that'll get through for a base hit. Schumacher holds up at second.
Now batting, the third baseman.
Ryan Hartz puts the go-ahead man in scoring position for Ben Stedman. Stedman watches the first one curl in the zone. It's one the other way, foul. Stedman quickly down the count 0-2. Want to at least push the runners over. The 0-2. Does he go around? He does. A 3-pitch strikeout for Cope, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, the catcher, number 13, Dalton Groves.
Costly punch out for Webster. As the baton gets passed to Dalton Groves. You'll watch that first one get into the zone for a strike. Here's the 0-1. Also in there. Like Stedman, Groves quickly down 0-2. He's going to have to battle. And on first and second, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. That one lifted high in the air. Could be trouble. Who's calling it? And coming out from left field, Rudebush makes the play, and that will end the inning. Hanover gets out of it without any damage done. So we go to the top of the 8th, still all tied up at 4. After escaping a jam, it's Hanover's turn to hit. Leading off is the DH, Josh Simpson. Still working is Joel Arsenault. As I mentioned, no faces to be seen in the Gorlocks bullpen. Everybody on the top row of the dugout. Chop to the left side. And a misplay as Stedman tries to glove that one before Johnston. And it will roll into center. There'll be an error against the Gorlocks. The go-ahead man is aboard. The Gorlocks, it seems, have had to escape trouble in almost every inning since the fourth. Up now is Gutzwiller, first baseman for Hanover. Still looking for his first hit of the day, sitting at 0-3. However, Nicky is quickly down the count 0-2. Here's the pitch from Joel. He's able to stay alive. Putting that one in the parking lot. Count remains 0-2. Man on first, no one out. Overhand will be low in the dirt. Gurove's able to keep that one in front of him. Joel only pulls that one in a 2-strike count. Dangerous trick out of his bag. The 1-2 fools him. A huge punch out for Joel, and there's one away.
Now batting the second baseman, number 2, Trevor Jones.
The Gorlocks getting called to put on a bit of a shift in the outfield for Jones. And that one will get into right for a base hit. Jones has another hit today. Going into third is Simpson. Hanover now has men in the corners.
Now batting the right fielder, number 16, Wesley Stiller.
BK coming in to check on Joel. Seems like Joel will have to face the 8 and 9 hole if he isn't able to force a double play here. Standing on deck ready to go, Wesley Stiller in the hole. Be Boyce. Stiller drove in the game-tying run. Now has a chance to bring in the go-ahead. Simpson at third. He shows bunt, but it hits him. No, called for a strike. So while it does hit Stiller, Jones will have to retreat back to first. Did not hear the bat make a noise, however. Looks like the umps called him for going around, still holding bunt as he got hit by that pitch. So let's see if he shows it again. Doesn't, and that one's down the gut for a strike. Getting rid of the bunt, now at 0-2. Men on the corners and one out. Here's the pitch. Outside. Count now at 1-2. Swing and a miss. Trying to cut down Jones at second, and he gets him! Getting Simpson at third. After pump faking the throw to second, Jones taken off. Simpson takes too big of a lead off third. And a huge punch out, throw him out, double play for the Gorlocks as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Still tied up at 4. Charleston will start things off for the Gorlocks here in the bottom of the 8th. After getting out of a huge jam, the Gorlocks going to try to take a late lead. New pitchers out there on the mound for the Panthers. Braden Alt. Seventh pitcher of the day for Hanover. Charleston quickly in a good count, 2-0. Jacob is 1 for 3 today with a double. Let's see if he swings here, the 2-0. In there for a strike. Count at 2-1. That one lifted high in the air and left. Getting under his Rudabush, and he's got it. One away. We'll have a pinch hitter coming in for Quentin Johnston. Be Nick Wroblewski.
Pinch hitting for the Gorlocks. Number 8, Nick Wroblewski.
Wroblewski, the backup catcher for Webster, has 2 homers on the season. I wouldn't doubt he'd be trying to swing for the fences here. Game all tied up at 4 apiece, no one on base, and only 1 out. Getting on base is still good for Webster, as the Panthers will have to face the heart of the Gorlocks lineup, Theodore, Evola, and Luraco. Here's the 2-0. Downstairs for ball 3. Would imagine Wroblewski could have the green light here. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. So Braden Alt wants a battle. At a hitter's count. The pitch to Wroblewski. That one laced into left, but right there for it is Rudabush, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 11, James Theodore.
With 2 outs, coming up to the plate is James Theodore. Panthers have struggled to get him out today. 3 for 4 with 3 stolen bases. Here's the 1-0. Chop to the left side, and it'll get under the glove of the shortstop, Daneman.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 12, Evan Avola.
In a dangerous spot for Hanover, even with 2 outs. So that'll bring up Evola. We may have another call to the bullpen for Hanover. And it will be the 8th pitcher for the Panthers coming in to face Evola with 2 outs and a man on first. We'll be right back.
First baseman, number 12, Evan Avola.
So on the mound now, Josh Simpson, the DH for Hanover this afternoon, will take to the mound, try to end this inning. Facing the best in the Gorlocks lineup with Evan Evola. They really need to check on Theodore at first. Already has 3 stolen bases today. Honestly, they may have Evan take until Theodore tries to swipe second. So he's hitting with a man in scoring position. But they're running out of time. Bola at a 1-1 count. Watch Theodore at first. There's a pickoff attempt. Still all eyes on first. Douglas getting ready. Doesn't go as that one's laced foul. Evans already hit quite a few hard line drives, fly balls that would be out in foul ground. Third pickoff attempt on Theodore, trying to keep him close. The 1-2, low and in the dirt. Theodore stays on first. Count now 2 across the board. The pitch from Simpson. Outside again. So now at full, Theodore will be taken off. Can't give up a gapper to Evola. Here's the payoff. That one laced to the right for a base hit. Theodore going to second. That gets in the corner. Theodore is going to be sent. Play at the plate is not in time. Evan Evola drives in the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 8th.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 4, R.J. LaRocco.
The bit of a misplay out in right. Getting past the right fielder Stiller, Coach BK. Giving Theodore the green light all the way through after recognizing that. And the inning is not over. Bringing up R.J. LaRocco now. As he lifts that one deep to left field. Going back. And it's gone! R.J. LaRocco off the top of the wall. Able to bounce over. What an inning for the Gorlocks. My, oh my. Webster putting up a 3-spot with that 2-run jack from R.J. LaRocco. Stepping up Nick Schumacher. Trying to keep this inning going. That one just foul. The 0-1 to Nick. Swing and a miss. Remember, the Gorlocks had no one on base and 2 outs. Theodore, Evola, and LaRocco all bringing in equally important hits to keep this inning going. And that 2-run homer, just the cherry on top. Twos across the board for Schumacher. The pitch is lifted into left in the corner, and it will get down off the base of the wall. Coming in for second, and he'll be there. Back to back to back extra base hits for Webster.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 27, Ryan Hartz.
Hartz will try to drive him in from second. Ryan 2 for 3 on the day. It's 2 of the Gorlocks RBIs. Here's the 1-0. Hits it the other way. However, the catch is made out and right. But the damage has been done. A 3-spot. Thanks to a 2-out RBI double from Evan Evola, and then a 2-run bomb from R.J. LaRocco. As Joel Arsenault looks to get the 10-out save. So we head to the top of the 9th. Score now 7-4 Webster. Panthers just have 3 outs to work with. As Arsenault, who's in line for the save, will face the 9-1-2 of the Panthers order, starting with Owen Boyce, as he takes a huge hack at that first pitch. There's been some defensive changes. Wroblewski, who pinch hit for Quentin Johnston, subbed out now for Ryan Bibb, who's playing second. Charleston moved over to short. The 2-1 to Boyce. Inside. After a swing and strike one, he's able to bring the count to 3-1. And there's another. Arsenault gets it to full. No outs, no on base. Here's the payoff. That one laced into left center, getting under his LaRocco, and there's one away. A good read out and left by LaRocco. Boyce got good contact on that ball. Just wasn't able to find a good spot in the outfield. We go back to the top of the lineups with Perkins. Perkins, a hitter the Gorlocks have struggled with today. After grounding out his first time up against Eli, he's gotten 3 straight hits. The 1-1. Up and outside. Want to get at least one of these guys out before getting to Douglas, who's already hit a homer today out of the 3 spot. There's another swing and miss, bringing the count to 2-2. Arsenault looking for another punch out. That one grounded over to short. Throw from Charleston is in time. Gorlocks just 1 out away. Representing the last chance for the Panthers will be Denneman. Struggled today, going 0-4. Over today with a punch out. The 1-0. In there for a strike. The 1-1. Laced into center. Theodore getting under it, and the catch is made. The Gorlocks win by a score of 7-4, and what a performance from Joe Arsenault, making the 10-out save with 5 punch-outs. I want to thank you for tuning in to the Gorlocks Sports Network. My name is Kellen Fermanak, and have a wonderful night.